Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to WIP-pin Wednesday. Um, I don't know if I'm going to do any decorating today. As Gail said the other day, and I thought, oh, that is a perfect statement. Sometimes things are just utilitarian. Sometimes you just got to do and not necessarily have fun while you're doing it. So, what I have here is some manila envelopes that I dyed. I have a really cool rusty pan that I do my dyeing in, so I always get a couple things that have that beautiful rusting on it. And then this is second layer buildup from the rust, comes out in this gray versus the brown. Um, but I love dyeing in that pan. It's one of my favorites. Um, this is a little more grungy than I would normally like, along these edges, but I liked this side better than the other. So what I'm doing is I have all these little scraps from another project that I'm working on. You'll see that video much later. But I have all these little cutoffs from them, and I've glued them onto these so that I can cut them out and use them as tags. So, let me get my new paper. Got a new paper cutter. I've always loved the sound. I don't really have room for this, but it is what it is. I would like for it to be living on my desk, but currently there's no room on my desk. So not apparently my folder is longer than my cutter. Or I didn't have it all the way up. I don't know. All right. So I've done ones that are at least close to being the same width in rows, so that way I can just come across. I have to go this way. So I can just go across and go snip. And then it'll, any extras will trim off. So we're going to start by cutting these into strips. Well, that didn't go straight. A little bit more. That did. I don't know if I didn't glue straight or if I didn't hold my paper straight. Either is possible. I'm not worried so much about the length as I am the width. And that's only because I'm going to use my tag punch. Wow, what is going on there? Stubborn. So some tags will end up shorter than others, and that's just the way it's gonna be. Yeah, I definitely did not cut straight or glue straight. I tried. This one. This was one of the jobs I always volunteered for when I would volunteer at schools. I'm like, yes, can I cut paper? I think that one might have still been just a smidge bit wet. Scissors. Lost on my desk somewhere. Part of the reason I'm not sure I'm going to decorate today is because as I'm racking my brain, nothing's really coming to mind as far as like little pieces. Really? Yeah, I don't know if I have any small ephemera bits. Good. And then I get this lovely strip that you can use for stamping or whatever. On to the next one. I'll cut that one a little short, but oh well. Nope. A little further. A little further. This one. Just kind of using the line on the mat. There. Take off the little extra paper here. These, oh, I have one more. Those are going to go in my stamping. Next. Guess I gotta do the tops first, don't I? And I'm gonna turn this around just so I have more space to work with. I'm not going to worry about saving that little scrap there. Okay. Garbage. Now these are 1.5 and 2-inch wide tags because my tag punch is, you get 1.5, 2 or 2.5 inch options. So let's go this way. Make sure that I'm getting them the right length still. Definitely seeing where I've not or not glued straight. It doesn't help that I didn't start with straight pieces to begin with. Get the garbage out. Now, I've also not ever used this particular punch that I'm going to pull out. So, I am really kind of hoping that it'll go through all these layers. Let me put this on, because that'll make that a little bit easier. Because then I don't have to think about do this one at 1.5 inches. Nope, that's a 2-incher. That's a 2. And this one I need to trim. I need to clean up. So I'm going to go this side, and then I'm going to spin it. 2. Can't let that beautiful piece go. And stamp small numbers or something on it. Of course, as I turn to throw stuff away, I'm like, oh, look at those strips that I threw away, and no, they're too pretty to throw away. So I pulled a couple out. Okay, so these ones are 1.5 inches. Some of this too is, straightening up these sides, because the scraps were hand cut, so not straight, aka. Whoop. Let it slip. There we go. That one's totally crooked. So in case you have not figured out what medium I've been working with, by, you know, looking at these tags. I've been doing stuff with piano roll paper. And, like I said, it created a lot of scraps. In the same size. Okay, so we're going to get this one trimmed first. So that I have a good side to start with. And we're going to 2. Trim this side. 2. Trim this side. I definitely like being able to butt up against this so I don't have to think about that second cut as much. Now, in theory, I should have some straight edges. Oh, nice. You know, because I've cut some edges, so if I'm using the edges that I cut with the trimmer, oh, I don't like the way that one trimmed off, so we're going to cut this one down to 1.5. That left a weird edge. Okay, so 2 there. Let's trim. Straighten the edge of this one, get the little excess off. Flip. 2. Let's do I'm sitting there thinking, let's do the 2-inch ones, and then I can remove that. Should have had that around so I could see what I was doing, but oh well. Okay. This one's way crooked. It's okay, because it's okay if your tags are not straight. You know, they're not fully covered. At this stage of the game. So like this, you know, there's some of that folder showing through. It's okay. So when to decorate the tags, you could always put something over it if it bothers you. this one's so totally crooked. It's on the page crooked. Okay, trim that up, spin it. This one's 1.5 inches. Okay, scrappies. So what is everybody up to? Things here are pretty mundane. I'm glad whatever storms were trying to come through have come through. I know some people that I watch in various places across the United States seem to be getting hammered pretty hard by storms. Another 1.5 inches. Trying to keep my pile over there organized. Just trim off the old fuzzy edge. Trim this one up. Almost done, guys, and then we can get on with the next step. So tell me, what's the weather like where you guys are at? I'm happy to not be storming here for a change. The wind isn't blowing 1,000,000 miles an hour. So that one's got a little bit of a... I don't like the way that is. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to make this one 1.5. Just had too much manila folder showing. See if there's any more to come off. There we go. Just a smidge. Keep that piece. A little back to my, still doing my 2 inches, 2 inchers. Now when I glued these down to the manila folder, I didn't butt them right up against each other. I left just a smidgen of space between them. Which in hindsight, I mean, I could have just butted them up against each other. I'm going to trim this one. I don't like the... too much folder on the bottom. So line that up. My nose is itching all of a sudden. 2. That, not going to worry about saving. Okay. Last round of 1.5 inchers. Come down here where I can see what I'm doing. For this, I just want to trim that little fuzzy end off to give myself a nice clean edge. Let's move this to 1.5. I think some of my fairies are small enough to fit on. At least on the 2-inch ones. I don't know about the 1.5 inch, but we shall see. Whoops. Apparently I didn't have that tightened down well. That's okay. That is okay. Ooh, nice grungy little piece. Grungy little piece. Okay. Now we can move my cutter. Grab my fancy little tag punch. Now, I bought this quite a while ago. I have not actually used it. So I'm going to put these, let's get my 2s. One and a half. This little punch gives them a cute little top instead of just the angled that you've seen me do a lot. And that's primarily because this one's very specific. You have to have either a 1.5, a 2, or a 2-inch wide base, and I don't usually have that. Then you slide this into the 2-inch. You go boop, and it gives you this cute little top. And then it's why are we hanging up? It's probably because there was no room underneath for it to go. Would be my guess. Being stubborn on that one corner. I had to laugh the other day. My friend Tom left a comment on one of my videos calling me so organized, and I'm like, those two words have me and organized. Yeah, they have no business being in the same sentence together. I am far from organized. I think that's what's happening, is I can only handle a couple at a time underneath there. So when it gets too full, the punch can't go all the way down. Maybe, because that one got hung up. So did that one. Okay, maybe that's not the cause. it seems to be the ones that have the little brown strip across the top that are getting hung up. So I think what I'm going to do the next go rounds is I will put them upside down. Nope, because I was thinking it was the paper that was getting them hung up, but nope. So what is nice about this is that, I mean, I have a die that can do this and make tags of that shape, but this is a lot easier to go. I'm going to cut that one down. So I'll do that one off camera. Is that I don't have to sit and switch dies out. I don't have, you know, this is quick. So 1.5 incher. So it goes the same punch, just a little smaller on the edges. So if you compare the 2-inch to the 1-inch, the hole is the same, it's just shorter on the sides. Some of these just don't want to go in though. Again, it's primarily the ones that have the white or the brown strip across the top that are giving me the most grief. I will say, this is a fun little tag punch if you're going to be mass making like this. If I was only doing one tag, would I go through and pull this out? Probably not. I would just snip the corners like I normally do. What's going on here? Aha, that's what's going on. Needs a little bit of glue. This one too. do a repair on that one. Oh, 2-inch one. Cut. That is a downside for sure of working with piano roll, is that natural line sometimes you end up cutting it in a bad spot. Okay. What I'm going to do is instead of trying to handle this, bring my garbage can over and just scoop. Oops. Bumped my heater, so it triggered the tilt feature, the auto shut off. So as you can see, they're all different heights. But they're all 2 inches wide. Same here. Just so I can put my supplies away, I'm going to do this one tag. There's too much showing over here on the edge. So yeah, go down to 1.5 inches. Butamus scraps. So then I can put that away, and I can put this away. Ta-da! Okay. Now, I think niceness. Just realized what I just did. Dumped my tray. Anybody else back there? Nope. Okay. Magnet is so handy. See, if you're listening to how much stuff falls every time I move something, I'll prove to you, I'm not organized. Just appears that way. Let's see. There's all this. Scraps. kind of looking around to see. I have a bunch more that I need to glue down. Okay, and then I have these. Anyway, I think this might be why Tom said I was so organized, because, you know, I've got trays of stuff. I was like desperately looking for somewhere to dump these the other day, because I needed the basket they were in. So this was a project that I started, but I had a little drill that I was drilling holes so that I could make charms out of them, and my drill quit. Ooh, I just almost dumped them all over my desk. Okay. So, oh, no. Did I put my fairies away? Looks like I did. Where's my fairy creator? Wasn't Pam, wasn't Edith, wasn't Medieval Mirage, wasn't Tina. I don't know if any of my birds will be small enough. I'll bring those over. Sorry, I figured while I was over here I would look through and see what's got small stuff in it. Woo! Okay, not sure where my fairies are. Would help if I could remember who the creator was. Well, how did that just happen? It's weird. Guess my ghost didn't like him sitting there. Let's see, is there anything in here? Kind of a fun one, like one of the colored ones. It also kind of needed to be a tall brown one, but I don't know if I have a tall brown one. definitely need one taller than that. And I don't think I have one. The only tall ones I have are white. And that would blend right in. It's just a cute idea. Come and dig in through there. Let's bring these out. I might get my fingers around them. Jiminy's. Might use some of those as extra decor. So these are too big. Just be kind of fun on some of those. Tall. So these are possibilities to use as embellishment anyway. Okay. And flowers. So what I'm going to do, because something just popped into my head as I was rifling through that, is a little clusters. Now these are courtesy of Gail. And then I don't remember who these were, but I don't. Huh, glued that one in upside down. No, I didn't. The whole book is upside down. So, let's see. Too tall. Too wide. Okay. Those are too wide. Not these ones. Any in here? This one maybe. Now, this idea, the book idea, came from Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah, and most people that I've seen that have used this storage system credit her with it. So I believe that she was the first one that thought of it. I don't like it on the brown. I think that's too. But these strip testers, I've only seen it. I mean, I first saw it on Gail's channel. I don't know who was the first one that went, oh, let's do it on a strip of tissue paper. You use tissue paper, baker paper, whatever you want. But look, see how quickly a tag gets decorated. Okay. Let's see. Looking for kind of a skinny one because this one I don't want to cover the word love there. It's too tall. Like this one's got some blue in the background. Now, all kinds of different ways that you can utilize these books. Gail, for example, uses double-sided sticky tape, and so they just pop out. As you might have noticed in that last one, I was initially just tearing straight out of the book. So I would cut this, whatever the page was, would be a background. See, I think I'm going to do that, and then I'm just going to trim it off. When I did mine in, I just did a quick line of glue just to hold it in there. So again, that was because I didn't want to cover up that word love. And the background on this has got some blue, so I think that helps tie it in as well. There's that one. Let's see what else we got in here. Those would be fun with some color on them, huh? Tear it down just a smidge. Tear that bottom edge so it actually has a torn bottom. Just using my brown dauber. It's got walnut stain on it. I don't think any of these will work for my narrow ones. Like that torn edge, but I think it's, oops, that's a, yeah, it's too tall for those. Okay. Back to the front, see if there's any. Any that I missed. I do like this one. I gotta do a little repair there as well. Not a repair, and some extra gluing. Okay, and I think I want this on one of these brown ones. The tallest one. I like this one needs a butterfly or something. I don't know why I'm inking. You're not going to see it. Oh, yeah. And I'm hanging it off the edge, and I'll trim that. Just wanted a little something extra on this one. Time we got, oh, I'm just over an hour, so I guess I won't be doing a whole lot of decorating with you guys. Maybe we'll come back and decorate on another Wednesday, because these are definitely works in progress, but going off camera gives me an opportunity to fussy cut some stuff. Yeah, so thanks for tuning in for this very utilitarian video, and we shall talk to you in the next video.